Hello everyone, my name is Anamika Singh and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to talk about the upcoming bank vacancies in the year 2022. The sole purpose of making this video is that once you get to know about the tentative dates of these exams, you can target and start preparing for them. And the best part is that these vacancies are not related or not restricted to a particular state. They are for candidates all over India, and both male and female candidates can apply. Also, you don't need to prepare separately for each one of these exams, right? Because their pattern, their syllabus is somewhere similar. So if you start preparing for one exam, then you can somewhere, ace all of these. So if you are interested to know more about these job vacancies, I will suggest you to keep watching this video till the end. The upcoming notifications which I was talking about is going to be for these many exams, right? So we will have RRB Clerk, RRB PO, SBI Clerk, SBI PO, and IBPS Clerk, IBPS PO. First, let's talk about RRB Clerk. So the age limit for RRB Clerk should be 18 to 28 years of age, and the qualification, any graduate can apply. Like if you have done your graduation from any discipline, any field, feel free to apply for this position. Now, if we talk about the exam pattern, so exam occurs in two stages, pre and mains. If we talk about pre-exam, so people who are scared of English subject, so they can definitely go for this exam, because in pre only two subjects are asked and English is not one of those, right? Only numerical ability and reasoning ability is asked, and the total time duration for pre-exam of RRB Clerk is going to be 45 minutes. Total marks are going to be 80. Now, if we talk about the RRB Clerk mains exam, so there are going to be 5 subjects. Now here, unfortunately, if you're scared of English, in mains exam of RRB Clerk, you will have to face English, and there will be 5 subjects as I just mentioned, and these subjects are going to be numerical ability, reasoning ability, English, general awareness, and computer awareness. The total marks for mains exam is going to be 200, and the time duration is going to be 2 hours. Now, if you talk about the difficulty level of this exam, RRB Clerk, so actually it is quite easy. Like people have even scored 78, 79 out of 80. Now, you can very clearly analyze that the level of exam is going to be the easiest level, but you will have to be very speedy with your calculations, with your problem solving. Otherwise, you will lag behind, because there are people who are scoring 78 or 79 out of 80. So the competition is really high. If we talk the second bank vacancy, then it would be RRB PO, and the exam pattern and syllabus, all of that is exactly similar to RRB Clerk. Okay, this RRB PO is also going to have, I would say, prelims and mains. Prelims will have 2 subjects, numerical ability and reasoning ability, right? The total marks for the prelims exam is going to be 80 marks, and the duration is going to be 45 minutes. Then if we talk about mains exam, so it will also have 5 subjects like numerical ability and reasoning ability, English, computer awareness, and general awareness. The total marks is going to be 200, and the time duration is going to be 2 hours. But here, now you must be wondering, what is the exact difference between RRB Clerk and RRB PO? Actually, the level of difficulty increases in RRB PO. Now, you remember I just told you that RRB Clerk cutoff is very high. Like people have scored 78 or 79 out of 80, right? It is one of the easiest exams, but yet it is difficult. Why? Because you need to have a lot of speed for solving questions, right? You should be able to solve questions the moment you see them, right? So that is also an art. Now, if we talk about RRB PO, so the cutoff is not that high, right? People usually score 50 to 60 out of 80, which means that the difficulty level of the exam is going to be more. The age limit of RRB PO should be 18 to 30 years of age, and if we talk about the qualification, so any graduate can apply. If we talk about the next vacancy, so it would be SBI Clerk, and the age limit for SBI Clerk is 20 to 28 years of age, and if we talk about qualification, so any graduate can apply. If we talk about the exam pattern of SBI Clerk, so there will be pre-exam and mains exam. Okay, if we talk about prelims, so there will be 3 subjects, English and quantitative aptitude and reasoning. So these 3 subjects You will have to solve within 60 minutes, right? And the total marks are going to be out of 100. Then if you talk about mains exam of SBI Clerk, so there will be 5 subjects: English, quantitative aptitude, reasoning, general and financial awareness, and computer aptitude. So the total number of marks for mains is going to be 200 and the time duration is going to be 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's time to talk about SBI PO. So the age limit for SBI PO should be from 21 to 30 years of age. If you talk about qualification, so it is exactly the same, means any graduate can apply. Okay, now if you talk about the exam pattern, so it is a little different because it involves 4 levels of selection, like the entire selection process has 4 levels. First one, prelims, then mains exam, group discussion, and finally there will be personal interview. Now if we talk about prelims, so there will be 3 subjects: English, numerical ability, and reasoning ability, right? The total marks are going to be 100 and the time duration is going to be 60 minutes. Now if we talk about the mains exam of SBI PO, so there will be 5 subjects. First one is going to be reasoning and computer aptitude, right? Then there will be general economy and banking awareness. Third would be English language. And then there would be data analysis and interpretation, and lastly there would be a descriptive test which will include letter writing and essay writing. Okay, so all of this will come under the mains exam. Now if we talk about the total marks, so the total marks are going to be 200 and the time duration is going to be 3 hours. Then there will be group discussion and ultimately there will be personal interview. If we talk about the difficulty level of SBI PO and SBI Clerk, so Clerk is a little easier, okay, if we compare it with SBI PO, and usually their level of difficulty is from easy to moderate, but PO's level of difficulty is going to be a little higher in comparison to the Clerk difficulty level. That is quite understood. Now let's talk about IBPS Clerk. So the age limit is going to be from 20 to 28 years of age and the qualification is exactly the same, means any graduate can apply. If we talk about the exam pattern of IBPS Clerk, so it will happen in 2 levels, the prelims exam and the mains exam. So prelims exam will have 3 subjects: English, numerical ability, reasoning ability, right? And the total marks for prelims exam is going to be 100 and the time duration is going to be 60 minutes. Which is 1 hour. Now if we talk about the mains exam, so the subjects are going to be 5 different subjects, right? So there will be reasoning ability, computer aptitude, English language, quantitative aptitude, and general financial awareness, right? If we talk about the maximum marks, which will be 200 and the time duration is going to be 160 minutes. If you talk about the difficulty level, so the difficulty level is, I would say, easy for IBPS Clerk. Easy to moderate, very few questions will be of moderate difficulty, but usually most of them, like 90% of the questions, are going to be easy. Now let's talk about IBPS PO exam. So if you talk about the age limit, so it can be from 20 to 30 years of age. Education qualification is exactly the same, any graduate can apply. Now this is the best part about bank exams, right? That any graduate is eligible for applying for such great job vacancies. Yes. Then let's talk about the exam pattern. So it is just like the SBI PO exam pattern, right? So the entire selection process will occur in 3 levels: prelims exam, mains exam, and interview. So in prelims, the same thing, right? 3 subjects are going to be there: English, reasoning, and aptitude, means numerical ability. And the duration is going to be 60 minutes and the total or maximum marks for prelims exam will be 100 marks. Then if we talk about the mains exam, then the different subjects are reasoning and computer aptitude, general economy, banking awareness, English language, data analysis and interpretation. Then there will be a descriptive test of English, and in this descriptive test you will have to write a letter and an essay, right? So the entire, or I would say the maximum marks will be 200 marks, and the total time or the maximum duration would be 3 hours. If we talk about the difficulty level, so it is easy to moderate and the questions are going to be of mixed level, but the difficulty of IBPS PO exams or PO question is going to be way more than the difficulty level of IBPS Clerk exams. Let's discuss the most awaited part of this video, which is the tentative dates of these bank notifications. So first let's start with RRB notification. Now it will include both RRB Clerk and RRB PO. So it is being speculated that RRB will release its notification in June 2022. Right? If we talk about IBPS Clerk, so the notification is to be released in July 2022. And if we talk about IBPS PO, so the notification will either be released in the last week of August or first week of September 2022. Right? Now let's talk about SBI Clerk and SBI PO. Now, like a few speculations were being made that SBI Clerk will happen in April 2022, but since April passed and no notification was released, now we cannot actually confirm or speculate or guess the exact date when the notification or the prelims exam will happen, but definitely it will happen this year because that is quite obvious, right? These institutions, RRB, IBPS and SBI, all of these actually, just release the vacancies every year. They release the vacancies even during COVID. So obviously now condition is a little better. Not it hasn't just elevated the condition, but it is still better than what it was before. So definitely SBI will release its notification, and we actually don't need a tentative date. If you are targeting for bank exams, then you should definitely start preparing, because like, what exactly are you waiting for? You have everything. You have exam pattern, you have the syllabus, right? To start preparing your yourself for these exams, because everything is there. Previous year question papers are there, and IBPS Clerk, IBPS PO, all of these notifications are already there. So if you're preparing for IBPS PO or SBI PO, so obviously you're going to cover SBI Clerk and IBPS Clerk syllabus, right? And RRB will also be covered because the syllabus is exactly the same. Now, I did not discuss the syllabus of all these positions in detail because that would have made the video really long, but I will link the syllabus of each of these positions, then be it RRB Clerk, PO, IBPS Clerk, PO or SBI Clerk, PO, in the description box. So if you want to know more about it, you can just tap on the link and go read the entire syllabus and prepare accordingly. That was all about today's video. If you like the information that I'm sharing, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so you never miss an update. And if you want me to make videos on a particular type of recruitment, feel free to comment down below. I will definitely look into it. And this is Anamika Singh signing off. I'll see you next time. Bye.